For this project you're going to need 3 cutters. This heart-shaped, well, 2 heart shapes. One is slightly larger than the other. If I turn them over you can see more. Leaves me, I would guess, 1/2 inch of cookie once I cut it out. And these smaller circle here, I calculate I can get about 6 in this shape. For this cookie project you're going to need 2 of the large hearts, 1 of the small heart. You're going to need 2 of the large hearts cut out with the small shape in the middle and 6 of the small circles. So once the cookie is assembled, it will look, see, one goes on top of this base and then the other. This creates kind of like the box, and then here these little baby circles go inside like the chocolates in a heart box, and so they fit perfectly in here, 6 of them. And then this heart will be in upside down, and it's going to what's going to secure the top box from not shaking. The top heart is going to be stuck onto the back, and so once you place it, it'll kind of like make more of a real box. It will be important to come back to these 3 cookies once they come out of the oven and they're still hot to recut them. The outside and inside of both these shapes, these are very fragile, be careful, as well as this shape here so that the shape fits back in the hole. The first part of the project, we're going to just pipe white on the base heart. I'm using white. I used brown cookie just because it pops more with the red icing, you know, Valentine chocolate, all that, but you could very well do it in vanilla. So I'm just filling in this cookie. This will not really be visible. It's the inside of the box, the bottom of the box. I'm on the end of my icing here. So just spread it out. I'm not going right to the edge because when I put my first heart on top, it's going to glue. I don't want it to spill over too much. So I'm taking this first heart and I'm putting it on top, and that's going to be stuck into that icing. And then you can come with a toothpick here and just fix that. Try to not move it too much so not too many cookie crumbs fall into the wet icing. After, you can just brush them off, but right now it's still quite wet. So once that's done, another dot. You want it to hold together, but you don't want it to be welded together. Somebody's going to eat this, and so, you know, not too much like icing to make it impossible for the person who you're giving this to eat. Now I'm placing the next heart. I wouldn't worry about the crumbs that do fall in. I mean, they'll be pretty much hidden by the little 6 cookies that are going to be going in here. Now once all this is together, you can just press it a little bit and wipe off any icing that's oozed out, and then we're going to set it aside to dry. Trying to figure out how to decorate the side, the edge of the cookie. It's not that pretty because I recut with the cookie cutter, and so I've decided to do a ruffle border and a rose tip to kind of hide that, and I think that it'll go in the Valentine theme of, you know, very frilly. And so here's my rose tip, the number 61, I think, a Teco, and I'm going to start at the corner of the heart here, the inside, and resting on the table, I'm just ruffling the icing. Nothing particularly complicated. Important to work on parchment paper so that you can pick it up after and it doesn't screw up your ruffling. So you're just going to have to keep turning your cookie to work. This is pretty fast. If you were to make these for like your teacher's gifts or something, it's you know, there's a little bit of planning, but they're not very complicated to do. So first layer, I think I'm going to need 3 rows of icing. So now I'm just placing myself at the cookie's edge, and I'm looking to follow that line so that my ruffle is straight. You don't want to drag onto the cookie too much because of the crumbs, and it'll get caught in your white icing and not look nice. So here, all the way around. And there we go. Now the last row of icing. So you're guiding yourself at the edge of the cookie. This one here you might want to be more careful just to create a nice edge at the top because it will be visible. There we go. And using the edge of the cookie as your guide to stay straight. Just keep on zigzagging. And there. This is the top cookie. I'm not going to do a tutorial as to how to decorate the cookie. In this particular case, it's just simple red icing. I made a bow. I'm going to put the link to Allie B's tutorial how to do this bow. I'm going to leave it up to you as to how you want to decorate your top cookie. On the back of this cookie, with royal icing stuck on, that smaller cookie, so that when it goes onto the box, there's no shifting. It stays in place. Here's the base of the cookie box. It's dry. As you can see here, I can pick it up. It easily comes off the parchment paper. The underside here looks very nice. Now you can see the edge kind of like ruffles, and the inside. Now for the inside, I decorated some mini cookies, and you know, these don't have to be fancy. I would recommend that you not pile on the icing to ensure that the top closes properly. There's only 6 that fit in here, so you can place them in however you like. And there we go. 6 mini cookies. So here they are inside the cookie box, and you can see there's a little area there that's going to hold that cover part of the cookie, and it's going to stop it from moving around, and you'll be able to package it and it won't fall off the top, you see. And if you wanted, you could do a ruffle around the top cookie for continuity if you wanted. I didn't do it because I'm just thinking if I was the one eating it, I wouldn't want to eat all that icing. Once your mini cookies are in there, you can just put your top on, and then you could wrap it up, and voila, the perfect little Valentine's Day gift.